The NFL Week 7 has officially concluded, guys. Buccaneers battle the Lions, Bengals take down the Steelers, and the Atlanta Falcons actually crumble. Let's talk sports. How y'all?
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Doing? Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Sports, guys. Let me tell y'all something. NFL Week 7 has been a great week. I mean, my Lions take down one of the best teams in the NFL. And then, I have to watch this fucking Monday doubleheader, and I'm watching the Seahawks just cook the Texans. I mean, Lord mighty. Like, I don't even care at this point, guys. I mean, technically that game's still going on as I'm recording this, but I'm going to save that for last, just so we can talk about that at the end, because I do got some thoughts about that stupid-ass game. I mean, look, the Texans, in my opinion, are an absolute joke of a team. For some reason, the analysts on this game, too, were saying the Texans had, like, a fierce defense, and the Texans just are a one-way win from being back, or whatever the fuck they're saying to gas it up. And I'm just sitting here like, guys, you're talking about one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL, and you're talking about a defense that is like the Dallas Cowboys. They always got to play the fucking game, and they're just going to get tired and beaten as the game goes on. All right? And that defense is not even that dominant as it was last year. I mean, if we're talking about last year Texans defense, yeah, 100%. I mean, that defense was electric. But this year, I don't get that same vibe from this defense this year. Now, let's go over the Monday night game that I watched all the way through. Had a great time watching it. I mean, I had a great time watching it until both of the teams were just, giving each other the football willy-nilly. You get a possession, I fumble. Like, honestly, guys, it was kind of comical watching this game at some times. But the Lions did prevail and win 9-24. The Lions, I would say, completely smacked them. I mean, the Buccaneers couldn't do a goddamn thing. Baker Mayfield could not even sling that damn rock. And I'll be real, guys, going into this game, I was terrified. Completely terrified of Baker Mayfield. I mean, Baker Mayfield's like the Grim Reaper of the NFL. If it's fourth quarter, Baker Mayfield's still in the game. I mean, there's a shot you can still win the game. I mean, that's how good Baker Mayfield is. So I'm thinking in this whole entire game, my eyes are closed. I'm like, damn, I'm shaking in my boots. Lord mighty. And then I see the Lions come with some complete dominance. And I saw something today that really made me happy. Made my heart actually shine, when I'm, watching this game, because I'm seeing a Lions defense. I'm seeing a defense that is back, that is dominant. And these are all, third or fourth string guys. These are your guys that, pop up when, the injuries get bad, or these are your off-season players, etc. And you're thinking, man, can the Lions defense be as good as it was in the beginning or even last season? No. I mean, look at the Chiefs game. I mean, that defense couldn't even wrap around and actually fucking tackle. It was like I was watching them play tag with the Chiefs. Like, here, have a touchdown. We're not even going to try to stop you at the red zone. Have a touchdown. I mean, it was just completely fucking madness. And then you learn you're just playing cover 4 for the entire game. I mean, not even trying to blitz or attack this offense when you know that can stop Patrick Mahomes. I mean, you've seen the blitz work so well against this guy. I'm just like, what am I watching? So seeing this Lions defense today hold Baker Mayfield.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
To some terrible ass stats for the Monday. I mean, Lord mighty. Baker Mayfield couldn't even get anything going, and it was kind of crazy. You know, seeing the Lions defense really, you know, they really fought to the ball, you know, doing takeaways, trying to get fumbles. You know, they were really trying their damn hardest out there, and that's something you just respect. You know, that's something you're like, holy shit. You know, these guys are making a name for themselves to continue playing in the NFL, and they actually pull that off going against one of the best teams in the NFL currently. And just seeing these guys improve 5-2, I mean, look, say what you want about the Lions or whatever. You know, the injuries, look, I know the defense injuries, it was looking bleak, looking completely bleak, and there was even a couple of more injuries. You know, thank God there's a bye week. You know, there's going to be a bye week for the Lions, so, you know, they're going to get healed up. But, man, to see this team really rally together today and really prove and they had something on their shoulder today, and you just saw the grit. You know, you saw, you know, Jahmyr Gibbs running for a 76-yard touchdown. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful to see, in my opinion. The way they were playing was just beautiful. Defensively and offensively, they definitely had a stalemate. I will say that, you know, even though there was some really good moments in the offensive, you know, section of this game, I will say the Lions offense could have played a lot better, but they were also going up against a Buccaneers defense that was really attacking, was really trying to give the Buccaneers as many opportunities as possible. So this game was definitely a defensive battle, you know, through and through. You know, you had the Buccaneers defense going really at it, causing fumbles, causing interceptions. I mean, there was plays where I was just like, what in the fuck is happening? I mean, you see Jared Goff throw a ball, and I'm watching the replay, and it looks like this man threw a pass to the defensive line. I mean, like, you just threw the ball to the other team. Like, that's how bad that interception looked. And then, you know, you see this defense from the Lions come in and, you know, completely stop the Buccaneers from, you know, even trying to get a thing off. I mean, Lord goddamn mighty. So I really do enjoy that. You know, I'm glad we got that in this game. 9-24. You know, the Buccaneers, they didn't even have a goddamn chance, which was, you know, in my opinion, beautiful to fucking see. I mean, look, guys, I was worried. Completely worried in this game. But to see you pull off a big win like this just really shows, guys, that I'm not lying. You know, I'm not lying when I'm saying this is one of the best teams in the NFL. This is one of the best teams in the NFL. And they just proved that today, taking down one of the other best teams of the NFL. I love that. You know, I'm loving this team just comes off as another top dog. And yes, I am definitely biased. But, hey, look, sometimes being biased, you know, it gets you far, all right? It gets you far when your favorite team is the Lions, all right? You know, just don't talk about the playoffs. You know, playoffs are always really disappointing. But hopefully this year, with how crazy the NFL's been, we'll have a really good chance at the playoffs. That's what I'm thinking anyways. You know, I would say nothing to worry about with the Buccaneers. I mean, they looked bad today. The offense looked bad, but the defense looked fantastic. I mean, the Lions were at like 14 for like most of the damn game, and they finally do get another touchdown. They really, you know, close the drive in, especially with a field goal. You know, they definitely drive in this game and they stop, you know, for Baker Mayfield having that fourth quarter comeback. They definitely do stall that out. But I will say, I think this Buccaneers defense, they played all four quarters. And I think when you have a defense that's that passionate, that can play all of those 4 quarters, etc., I think that's when you have a really great thing happening. So, absolutely, guys, I loved how the Buccaneers played on defense. Offensively, you know, I'm glad Baker Mayfield didn't do his, you know, killing football teams, you know, jitsu or, voodoo magic, or, I would say Baker Mayfield's like the Jesus football. Like, he's got the Jesus football side. Like, there's teams, like the Philadelphia Eagles that got, like, the devil magic, but then there's teams like, the Buccaneers, the Lions.
Purina believes no one should have to make the impossible choice between their own safety and their pets. But nearly half of domestic abuse survivors delay leaving because they can't bring their pets with them. Through the Purple Leash Project, Purina is helping create more pet-friendly domestic violence shelters so survivors and their pets can escape and heal together. Visit Purina.com/purple to learn more.
The Chiefs, who have regained their Jesus football magic. They haven't, struck another deal with the devil. I feel like some other teams have done that. So, yeah, overall, I'm going to be rating, offensively, I'll be rating a 6 out of 10. I just expect more from the offensive side, but I do like how Jahmyr Gibbs played, one of the standouts in this game. Jared Goff was fucking launching that damn ball. And then offensively for the Bucs, I will give a 5 out of 10 for. But both of these defenses are going to get an 8 out of 10. I mean, they played fucking fantastic. I mean, if you love watching defense, this is literally the defensive football game. I mean, Lord mighty. So, yeah, beautiful game to watch, in my opinion. I loved it, guys. And now, let's get into the Thursday night action. Let's talk about that now, because this was the Unk Bowl. This was, Pittsburgh Steelers. This was Aaron Rodgers at 41, taking down quarterback Joe Flacco at 40 years old. And I think this game really proved something today, that Joe Flacco, when he's not on the Browns, as long as he's not in the Browns, this man still fucking got it. I mean, this was electric. I mean, this is one of the best Thursday night football games I've watched. If you love quarterback play and you don't love kind of the new, check down offense and kind of the scramble offense that's kind of taken over the NFL with the newer rules for quarterbacks, this was your classic back in the day quarterback to quarterback, staying in the pocket, delivering fucking eye candy ass throws. I mean, they were throwing throws that you haven't seen in the NFL in years. Aaron Rodgers was fucking going crazy. Joe Flacco was going crazy. This game was absolutely goddamn cinema. And I'll be real, I think I've never had such a good time watching a Steelers game in a while. I mean, this was awesome. 31-33, the Bengals were able to win by a field goal, and Joe Flacco was able to check down the field and really take control of this game, get the play clock down to, barely any time, and then they kick a final field goal to end the game off. It's heartbreaking for the Steelers, for that type of, win to happen for the Bengals. But I think, to be real with you, I like Joe Burrow. But you got to really look at this game today and go, man, maybe we should keep Joe Flacco around. Maybe we should keep this guy, I don't know, maybe start him in a few more games, because even Joe Burrow in the NFL today has not been playing his best. And now he's got an injury, and he's going to be coming back from an injury. I mean, look, hey, put that old Joe Flacco up there. Maybe you want to swap him out. Maybe you have Joe Burrow play for a little bit, then Joe Flacco come in, then Joe Flacco needs to take a break because he's a little old. He's an old man. He's 40. So maybe you need him to take a break. But look, that motherfucker was slinging that goddamn rock. I love how both of these teams play today. Defensively, too. I mean, the defense wasn't crazy for the Bengals or the Steelers. It felt like the Bengals can shred up that Steelers defense, and then the Steelers offense could shred up that Bengals defense with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, there's just nothing to say about this game. It was fantastic to goddamn watch. I mean, Lord mighty. Now, let's move into the Sunday morning game that happened. Look, guys, I woke up in the morning, got straight to the football action, and, the Jacksonville Jaguars try to go up against the Rams, and, Jacksonville got their fucking ass stomped. I mean, they got their shit kicked in. Blood is pouring out, all right? Lord mighty, the Rams came in there and gave them a 35 piece. 35-7. Holy shit. Getting beat like that is the classic Jaguars fashion. But this London game was so weird to watch. Like, it felt like the Rams were just on another whole fucking level. These guys were like, it's like they powered up to level 1,000, and they just crushed the Jaguars. Like, they went, oh yeah, you beat the Chiefs, you got some, some playoff momentum, you got this, etc., whatever. Nah, we're going to fuck that all up. You think you're actually good at football? And they completely fucked him up. Matthew Stafford wasn't even playing with his star wide receiver, and he...
Experience a membership that backs your business journey with American Express Business Platinum. Earn 5 times membership rewards points on flights and prepaid hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. Plus, enjoy a welcome offer of 200,000 points after you spend $20,000 on purchases on the card within your first 3 months of membership. American Express Business Platinum. There's nothing like it. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum.
Was just throwing it to everybody that you could think of. I mean, Lord mighty. Now, Trevor Lawrence looked absolutely ass here. I mean, the way Trevor Lawrence was playing, goddamn. I mean, it was kind of embarrassing. I mean, Lord mighty, this guy was like throwing it short. And then once he actually got a good pass in, it was like his receivers were not locked in too. The communication was not there. And I just want to know, what the hell did y'all do before this game started in London? Because, the London is the Jags' second home. This is where the Jags usually shine, is in London. So I'm just like, how the fuck you fuck this up so bad that you get your ass kicked in London? I mean, Lord mighty. The Rams played fucking beautiful football. They got fucking destroyed. Another team that I'm surprised, no, I'm not surprised actually. Because, the Bears go up against the Saints. Saints go up against the Bears 14-26. Now the Bears have won 4 games in a row. They're 4-2 now. Hey, look, Ben Johnson and this, Caleb Williams offense, it's really coming together. I mean, look, they did beat the Saints. They didn't whip the Saints, but, they beat the Saints. Good job. Look, guys, the problem with the Bears is that this team is so wishy-washy. I mean, it's like these guys look dominant. These guys look really good. And then they don't look good at all. They look like a shitty-ass football team. They look like the Bears, It's just like, I really need some consistency from this team, and I'm going to need to see the Bears go up against a really good opponent. I will be real. They need to go up against somebody really good again. They need to beat their ass, all right? Or they need to at least win. Now, I'm going to say beat their ass because, they go against a really good team. That's probably not going to happen. But I really need them to see them go up against something like that because, when you go up against the Saints, it's like, man, good job, good momentum going in, but come on, guys. I need y'all to really put this kind of effort into the harder football games. You know what I'm saying? But hey, good job for the Bears. Shout out to them for beating the Saints. Good job to the Bears, but look, hey, I want to see that same effort with a really good NFL opponent. Now, good job, Browns, for beating the Miami Dolphins. When we talk about who's the shitty teams in the NFL, I think the Cleveland Browns are over the Miami Dolphins, even if their situation is not any better. But, shout out to the Cleveland Browns for taking down Miami Dolphins 6-31. Dylan Gabriel, good job. And another team that, hey, look, guys, y'all need to, get your alarms on because, look, the Chiefs are back. They whip my Lions, and then they come in the Raiders' territory, and they don't even let the Raiders score 1 point. They don't even let the Raiders score a touchdown or a field goal. 31-0. Oh, my Lord. That is fucking crazy. Hollywood Brown, all of this team is back. I mean, Lord mighty, Xavier Worthy is looking good. Now you got Reshad Rice in here now. It's just like, god damn, this team's back. The Chiefs are back. Watch out for the Chiefs. They're scary. They're one of those teams now. Lord mighty. Philadelphia Eagles against the Minnesota Vikings. Look, I really have nothing to say about the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, this team has really went downhill, and they got Carson Wentz to keep it hold up. And apparently, what I'm seeing is that they want to maybe start J.J. McCarthy soon. Guys, this team has missed a huge window for even trying to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, how do you fuck this up? Why would you let Sam Darnold walk out? J.J. McCarthy is not that guy. Carson Wentz can be that guy as a backup quarterback. He's not your guy. 28-22. Now,
This episode is brought to you by Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty believes your body is brilliant, naturally designed to thrive, inside and out. For those always looking for new ways to support your health from head to heels, Nature's Bounty has a range of over 400 vitamins and supplements born from 50 years of trust and care. Nature's Bounty. It's in your nature. Visit naturesbounty.com to learn more.
the Philadelphia Eagles win this by 28. So this wasn't a dominant win by the Philadelphia Eagles, but hey, they won. They got the devil magic. They win. All right, they got the tush push. They win. Carolina Panthers barely beat the Jets. I mean, goddamn Jets. You can't even beat the Carolina Panthers. 13-6. Guys, what are we doing? Beat Bryce Hall and the Panthers. What is going on? Now, a team that I'm really excited that won this game was, New England Patriots, putting the hammer down. 31-13. This is what we call a blowing out a shitty team. Is when a good team proves they're still a good team when they blow out a really bad football team. And that's what happened today. These guys were made in first place of the AFC. Shout out to the Patriots, guys. Drake May is fucking awesome out there. I'm going to love to see these guys in the playoffs. New York Giants against the Denver Broncos. This was a really close game. You had the New York Giants really put in that effort. Jackson Dart was swinging that ball. Bo Nix was running for touchdowns. I mean, it was a really close game. Some penalties happened that made the New York Giants really be able to get to the 30-point. But, Broncos win by a field goal. This was a really close game. Shout out to them. Disappointing performance coming in for the Green Bay Packers. Why are the Green Bay Packers barely winning against the Arizona Cardinals? 27-23. What is going on? Guys, Cardinals is one of the worst teams right now in the NFL. What the hell are y'all doing? Green Bay. I can't wait when the Lions rematch Green Bay. That's going to be beautiful to see because we're going to kick their ass. Because look at this team. They went downhill. And you just see it. Washington Commanders take down the Dallas Cowboys 22-44. Micah Parsons slapped the fuck out of the Commanders. Lord mighty, killed them, destroyed them. Dallas Cowboys, Micah Parsons came together and completely whipped Jaden Daniels, and maybe whipped him a little too hard because he is injured. So that's a really sad thing about Jaden Daniels. But hey, I love to see Dak Prescott. And I said Micah Parsons. I mean Dak Prescott. All right, that's who I'm talking about. Dak Prescott is fucking juiced up, and he's been juiced up all this season. I love to see Dak Prescott winning football games because I think he's just one of the better quarterbacks right now in the 2020 era. So seeing this guy really get some good wins is really beautiful to see. Colts smack down the Chargers. Thank God. The Colts are one of the best teams in the NFL, 38-24. I mean, shout out to the Colts. Daniel Jones is fucking fantastic. They're one of the best teams in the NFL right now in the AFC. 6-1. This team is looking really good. They're one of the best teams in the NFL. Like the Colts are up there with like the Chiefs and those top teams. Beautiful to see. One of the best records in the NFL. I love that. And then Sunday Night Football happened, and I watched a really excruciating game from the Atlanta Falcons get crumbled by Mac Jones and the 49ers. I mean, they just kept the ball going, and they won. 10-20. Atlanta, it's a disappointing loss from Atlanta. You need to take down Mac Jones and the 49ers. You need to take advantage of, Brock Purdy not being in the 49ers.
The detective said missing kids usually come home. What happens when they don't?
Based on a true story.
Police looking for John Gacy.
We discovered bodies. By the looks of it, they're younger men. The things he did to those kids. He's sick.
The system failed these families.
Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy. Streaming now, only on Peacock.
Do you know how many there are?
Up to you to find out.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for this day.
Right now, but it doesn't matter when you got a really good coach that can just scheme a really good game, and it was just fantastic to watch. And then to end off our game right here, 19-27, the Houston Texans lose to the Seahawks. Oh my God, guys, Houston is so ass. CJ Stroud is so ass. This running back is so ass. This whole team is just completely ass. Lord mighty, I saw Sam Darnold throwing that damn rock. I saw Sam Darnold killing it out there. The run game was fantastic. The offensive line from the Seahawks. This is a dangerous football team. Like, Sam Darnold is one of those guys, and he's really proved it this year, and you really see that, guys. I mean, Houston's offense, to me, is just going to get like a 7 out of 10. And then, like not even a 7. No, because I'm being too generous. I think this offense is ass. Like, I'm going to give it like a 5. They're a 5 offense. Like, they're 5 out of 10. And defense, they're a 5 out of 10 too. And they just got trampled by the Seahawks, which I think they're in the 8s. Both. The defense is explosive. The offense is explosive. They killed the Houston Texans. All right? And they didn't even need to score. like they didn't even need to score in the quarter 4 or even in quarter 2. I mean, that's how good.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock has tips to protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication, report phishing, and update the software on your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, let LifeLock alert you to suspicious uses of your personal information. LifeLock also fixes identity theft, guaranteed or your money back. Stay smart, safe, and protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Good the Seahawks are. That's how good their defense is. Lord mighty Texans. Just, I don't know how this football team is like going to be looking at the end of the year, because, guys, they're just so bad. I mean,